Hi.
Hey, Krisha.
Hello.
Happy birthday, Eve.
I know, it's officially Eve. I'm so excited.
Today's 3/2.
It is.
Day before 3/3.
It's funny because I get, asked my birthday, and I'm like, 3/3/80. They're like, oh, it's almost your birthday. I'm like, oh, thank you. Oh,
It's funny because 2020 was such a weird year, and we basically lost it. When I heard that, I immediately thought, oh, that's 40 years. No, that's 41. It's 41.
I'll tell you something about my birthday here in a second, but while we have you,
Oh, please.
if you would like to purchase our merch, such as these amazing mugs or something else,
Let me see how the water tastes today.
let's see. Britta E.
And Birthday Evie.
Ooh.
It's Birthday Eve water. So good.
KrishaandFrank.com. Also, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are creeping ever so close to 500.
Yes, that's important to us because we're egotists. And
Duh.
why
Are we doing this?
Yeah, what do you think we named the show Krisha and Frank for? You think
Hello.
we could have named it anything?
We tried before. It didn't work. Working now.
That's the good point.
Yeah.
It's a very good point. So please do subscribe and tell your friends. And I got to give a shout out to Cousin Bill.
Hi, Cousin Bill.
Cousin Bill, we talked about Cousin Bill last week because he was the relative who said,
What's that woman's name?
yeah, I lost the link. What's the woman's name? The one with Frank.
Oh,
Well,
I
he's
love him.
been loving the show, and he bought a T-shirt for himself.
Oh, thank you.
He said he's been working out, and he's a former boxer, former Golden Gloves boxer.
Ooh.
So now, he's a senior. No offense, Cousin Bill, but you're older than me. You're a senior citizen. But he's been at the gym working out, and he said, "I'll buy a T-shirt so that I can advertise you guys at the gym."
Nice. You're going to sweat all over me.
So, he's in Houston, Texas.
Oh, cool.
And
Hi.
wants to tell his friends all about it. So I have a story to share with you sometime today or tomorrow or whenever about his mom, Aunt Ethel. My Aunt Ethel, his mom.
Yeah.
And a few other family stories. We had a nice long phone conversation
Oh, good.
about the woman.
So you finally gave him his number.
Yeah, we got
gave him your number.
Well, it was a process. It was, he said he would love to talk to me, so he contacted my godmother, who contacted my sister,
Who contacted you.
me, and said, "Why don't you call Billy Healy? Why don't you call Billy, cousin Billy?" And I'm like, "Okay, what's his number?" Well, you have to get that from Johanna, my godmother.
You guys are some cute, convoluted little people. But
Yeah.
I'm very glad that you were in touch. And
Right.
thank you.
And then Johanna, of course, has to read it to me instead of just texting it to me, but it's all right.
It's fine. It's totally fine. It's fine.
It worked.
No, I was going to tell you, my friend Karis asked what I wanted to do for my birthday, and I
Yes.
immediately burst into tears.
Because last year during it was pre-pandemic.
It was pre-pandemic.
But it was your 40th birthday, and you were alone. And
Yeah.
nobody wants to be alone on their
I
40th
intentionally
birthday.
spent it alone because I had made some bad, poor life choices, some poor life choices that left me in a place where I just wanted to be alone.
Okay.
And immediately when she was like, "What do you want to do for your birthday?" I burst into tears. And she's like, "Well, I'm sorry. What's wrong? Why not?" Like, anything.
Okay.
Anything.
At all.
Anything.
And even the most plainest, simplest
Mundane,
thing
anything.
would be okay.
Yeah. Because I'm so grateful for the people that are in my life.
Aw.
Yeah.
Well, we can do something.
Anything.
All right.
Yeah.
We can
I am
work.
taking myself away for a little bit.
Okay, I was going to say I could book us another video shoot if you wanted work on your birthday.
Oh, we are going to do that.
We have been working.
Yeah.
I'm proud of us.
I am too.
I like it.
We have been working, but nothing that we can report to the unemployment because we're not making any money.
No, we trade. It's trade deals and wonderful things, but it's all about building the brand, and that's why we're on SeymourSmokies.com.
Yeah.
And they have, since we last talked about it, given us our own page and added the videos that we've been sending them. And of course, now we're up to...
If you haven't seen the boot video,
That's from this past Saturday.
Past week,
that was a good one.
that you trying on boots, it's the EP and Jerry and I were talking.
Okay.
And she was like, if people would just watch it, they'd want to hang out with you. I was like, it's true. Because we go to a boot store. It's a boot store.
Yeah.
What's fun about a boot store?
It doesn't matter.
We had so much fun.
Today we're going to some kind of, we'll record it for a future episode, because I think my hope is this Saturday to show Skylift Park.
Yeah, because we did that too.
And then save the outdoor retail center for another day. But, to a certain degree, Channel 6 tells us, make sure you're on this one.
Gotcha.
Sure, whatever. You're the
Whatever
boss.
you want.
But, my point is that if you're good at, all right, let me rephrase that.
You already talked about that we're egotists. So
We are egotists.
Yeah.
If you have a show, and this applies to morning DJs, and I've talked to many, many morning DJs over the years.
Yeah.
I went to Phoenix one time and helped coach some DJs one time. And I said, my advice to you guys is, if you can go into any retail store, I mean, Walgreens or CVS is the easiest example because there's so many weird things there.
I don't like CVS. They have carpet.
Well, the point is that they have a lot of weird products.
Yeah.
I
just don't like it because they have carpet.
So it doesn't matter. Supermarket. You can go to a boot store, but you should do it so that the audience gets to know you better by how you react to the items in the environment that they may already know.
Yeah, and I mean, crazy things happen when we're on our little road adventures.
Well, I have to say...
Most of it we can't show.
Well, let me say the one part we did show, and I was so proud of myself because I was listening to what you said, and then I remembered it. In the beginning of the episode,
yes,
I'm trying on boots, and I remembered that Krisha had told me it'd be funny to write Andy on the bottom of the boot. So I said that because I love Toy Story. Everyone loves Toy Story. And I made that reference. And then, while I'm worried about trying on boots and running the camera and all of the noise and all of the things, I get into my producer head,
because we're both producing as we're filming. And
so that makes it a little more difficult to do those shows.
Yeah, running sound and blah.
So, but I'm thinking about it. You made some aside that, there was an internet thing that's called Andy's Coming, and when someone says that, you have to fall over and pretend you're like Woody from Toy Story and be inanimate. I heard it.
Yep. You retained it.
It was in there. I wasn't thinking about it. I wasn't thinking about it. I wasn't thinking about it. And then, by sheer accident, you tipple over.
I did. I tumped over.
In the Reba boots. And
I couldn't get the Reba boots over my fat calves.
And as I'm looking at you, I've got the camera on you, and as I'm looking at you, making sure I got the shot, the thought occurs to me, she kind of looks like the Jessie doll. I should say, Andy's coming.
And you did, and it was fun.
And that's my favorite part of the whole video.
It's very fun. It's me, if you watch the video, I did not intentionally fall over.
I know.
You edited it very well, because there was a long point of time where we were trying to get that one boot on over. My right calf has more muscle than my left calf, apparently, because I'm right-footed. And we could not get it on.
Well, I only had so many minutes, and I really, part of it is you're looking for the comedy beats. If you want to get to if the joke is too far away, if it takes too long to get to the joke,
you're going to lose it.
Right, so it makes sense to cut, not because I'm trying to hide anything. There's no secrets in the video. You can see anything we do.
Yeah.
It's just...
We don't film the secrets.
Yeah, it's just timing. Okay. You may as well get to it.
You so don't want me to, and it makes me happy.
Well, I don't know.
What?
We can talk about the barn or something.
Let's talk about the barn.
It's a little uncomfortable. It's also Taco Tuesday, so we have topics.
The only point is...
Go ahead.
Just don't ask uncomfortable questions, because I am going to answer your uncomfortable question.
I don't know why I asked. I was legitimate. I'm a curious person.
You asked the difference between good something and bad something, and I answered it.
I'm a legitimately curious person. My wife says I interview everybody that I come in contact with.
It's very true, which is a great trait, I think. I think when you ask open-ended questions to people, it's a really great way to get to know them.
Well, all right. Since we're talking about coaching DJs, one of the things that I would advise any
You're so, you don't even want to... I love it. You don't even want to... We're talking about possibly, if we got a Patreon, we could talk about all these things, and it would just be delightfully uncomfortable. But we would have to have people that want to pay to hear it.
And that's true. None of my relatives would pay, so I would be,
it'd be fine.
In the clear.
Yeah. And none of our employers would pay. We don't have any. I'm just saying.
Okay.
If people would want to pay, I don't know,
for the
$5 a month, for like a once a week, unscripted, unedited, uncomfortable sessions.
It's uncomfortable, that's for sure.
It would be so worth it. But what you were saying, coaching DJs.
No, I'm just saying that open-ended questions are better. I
Yeah.
mean, like, when you have, if you ever listen to a radio interview or a TV interview, but radio interviews are an easy way to find because you get a lot of people who are kind of inexperienced. They don't get to do a lot of interviews. So what you do as a bad interviewer is you ask yes or no questions because you're trying to control the flow.
So you have a new album coming out. Yes.
It's called this, right?
Yes.
Yes. It says on Wikipedia that you were in a movie called This. Yep. You know, it's terrible. Yeah, those are just a few examples, a few terrible examples, but that's the sign of a bad interviewer is a yes no question. It's a sign of a good trial attorney.
Right.
Because a good trial attorney, you want
yes or no questions.
Yeah, you want to pin somebody down, you want to depose them, and you want to put them on the spot, and you want to get them to agree, perhaps, to something that they didn't want to agree to. That's it's a horrible experience when someone's peppering you with just yes no questions. It's very uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's no fun.
But when you have an open-ended question, it means they want to hear what you have to say. And I asked you an open-ended question.
You did. You asked me.
I got an open-ended answer.
Boy, did you. Because, that's not typically something you would talk about with anybody. Is there anybody in your life that you would have that conversation with?
No, because, no. I mean, well, yeah, if you have a close friend and there's that
right.
element of safety, what I can ask my friend anything, and she's not going to out me on the podcast.
No, I'm not outing you on the podcast. I am just saying you on the way to the boot place.
Yeah,
there was content. There was a whole conversation, an interstate conversation of content that to me I would have been like a fly on the wall. Like oh my God.
How is he actually asking this?
Oh, and how is she answering that?
How is she telling him that?
And to me, it's fascinating because
it was a follow-up question, though. It's not like I just asked out of the blue.
No, but
I didn't start it.
But you know me. Like, we're friends. You are one of my closest friends.
And you were telling me you had some relationship drama.
It wasn't even drama. It was just
all right.
It
was an epilogue.
It wasn't even right. It wasn't even important enough to be drama.
Right.
Does that make sense?
It was interesting. It was chatty, gossipy.
Yeah, I was catching you up on the things.
On the love life, and I asked the follow-up question that I shouldn't have asked.
Yeah. And I answered. Should I not have answered?
No, it's fine that you did.
No, I mean really, should I not have answered? Was it a rhetorical?
No, I
You wanted the answer.
I was treading the line because I was legitimately curious and I couldn't stop myself from asking because I didn't know.
Look.
I didn't know the answer. We have a long car ride coming up if we go to the
Middleburg Barn.
Together.
TheMiddleburgBarn.com.
That's 8 hours.
We'll have the EP with us. It'll be, although I will say, when we were in a phone conversation the other day.
With my wife.
You and I were on the phone, but you had me on speaker and you said something that made the EP, Jerry, and I laugh so hard that you actually went, dang it. And it was a good 2 minutes of just both of us laughing, hysterical cry laughing because of this topic, because of what you asked me, because she made a joke.
Jerry's good.
Yep.
She's good.
She's good. So the Middleburg Barn.
Yeah. .com.
So if you would like to plan a beautiful destination wedding, if you're in East Tennessee, you can just, it's so pretty.
It's up in the Blue Ridge Mountains, which of course are part of the Appalachian Mountains, just a little further north, up 81. Middleburg, Virginia, it's called Hunt Country.
Yeah.
Which is why Fox Chase Farm is the place where the barn is located. And it's just lovely. So many horses.
Yeah, and the swans.
And the beautiful swans. The whole area is just fancy. You feel like you're someplace away. Because they have the cute pubs and the taverns and the restaurants.
I can't wait to go.
And they have, it just feels like you're in rich people's horse country.
I'll take it.
Which is very nice. a big, huge, sprawling farms and stables and things. And that's what this whole environment is. So what Maureen did, my friend Maureen, is she built a brand new barn using the old-fashioned technology.
Yeah, there's no nails. It's just...
Yeah. And then turned it into this luxurious space. So on the outside, it looks like a barn, as you'll see. And on the inside, it looks like, well, the rustic luxury.
It's a beautiful event space.
Swarovski crystals.
Planning for something this year, next year, or, a couple years in the future.
Yeah, get on the list.
Corporate events, weddings, private parties. That, to me, like having a private party,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, tomorrow's my birthday.
It is.
What we should go to the barn.
Well, it's going to take a little bit. We'll have to leave yesterday. But
I don't know enough people to have a party.
Well, there's a topic there,
Yeah.
but we'll get to that momentarily. So call 540-687-5255. If Fred or Ginger answer the phone, please ask to speak to Maureen.
You'll know it because they go, they hiss. I know my face looks ridiculous when I do that. It's still fun.
But a swan face. You have done possum face, and you've done owl face, and you've now done swan face. So it's fun.
Okay.
So thank you, Maureen.
Yes.
It is Taco.
It's Taco Tuesday.
Tuesday. I'll mention briefly that one of the reasons that my wife and I are in fact married is that at younger ages I threw myself birthday parties, and one of them I rented a place, an old schoolhouse, a rustic schoolhouse, and had a party there. I think that's the party in which my friend Bruce asked Jerry out.
We know that story.
Beat me to the punch.
Yeah.
On that one.
It did not work out for him.
I think it happened at my birthday party. If
wow.
If I'm not mistaken. And then my friend, I think, was it Donna who made the cake with the enormous boobs? One of my friends thought it would be hilarious, I guess she knew me well, to bake a cake in the shape of a bikinied torso.
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't think there's anything wrong with throwing yourself a party. I think the other day I posted something on Instagram and I got a new follower on Instagram. It's actually my TikTok friend followed me on Instagram.
Oh, nice.
And yeah, I'm making friends all over the world.
Yeah, my part-time job boss followed us on Instagram, by the way, just saying.
This is Mr. Utah, Mr. Improv Utah.
Did we talk about him on this show, or is that one of our car conversations?
I think it's one of our car conversations.
That's what I remember.
But he's an improviser out of Utah, and we just became TikTok buddies.
Is that because you shared a hashtag or something happened? I mean, you found each other.
He made a funny video that I liked,
improv.
and no, it wasn't. It was just very funny, and it came across my For You page. If you're in the TikTok land, you understand that. And I liked it, and I commented, and he followed me, and I followed him back, and then he sent me a message, and we've messaged. I don't know. It's Mr. Utah. I've been a sister wife before. I don't need to do it again.
You love improvisers.
I do. No, that has not worked out well.
Well, I'm an improviser.
Yeah, this is a great relation. This is the best relationship I've had with an improviser. Anyway, I was looking at my Instagram and I was like, I post a lot of myself on Instagram, and it's pretty self-absorbed.
It starts with I mean, that's kind of my theory on my own Instagram posts, is that those are for, I put the I in Instagram.
Yeah.
You know, if I have something else to say, you put it on the Twitter, or something you want to share in a different way, Facebook. But Instagram, I thought, really, if I'm looking at Instagram, I want to see pictures of you because I follow you or you on Instagram. I'm not really interested in those pages of text that people are now posting on Instagram.
Inspirational,
I just keep scrolling on those. Don't look.
But I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I don't think there's anything wrong in celebrating yourself by having yourself a party, because I've always been like, no one's ever thrown me a birthday party except when I was a kid, which I think we set our kids up for failure when they become adults by throwing them big old birthday parties, and then they become an adult and it's like, turns out that doesn't happen. You're not going to Chuck E. Cheese with your entire third grade class. Sorry.
Well, I've thrown Jerry 2 parties.
But I think it's fine to celebrate yourself and be like, by golly, it's my birthday. I'm having my own birthday party.
Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't done one for Jerry in a long, long time.
Maybe you should.
I know.
Not this year, though.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. It's time for...
You pick one. I picked one last time.
So move away from the mic.
It is right in the mic.
I'll do it over.
Sorry.
All right. Here's what I got.
All right. Ooh.
These
I
were
like
sent
this.
in. I think some of these were sent in through our text lines. Let's plug the email address and the text number for every Tuesday. You can send us topics at.
And we have been getting quite a few more texts.
I didn't take a business card.
865-236-0399.
And our email address is obviously krishaandfrank@gmail.com because it's right there.
Aromas that bring back interesting memories.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. We got to do this fast.
Okay. Well, how about you? Go first.
Every once in a while, I will come across a smell that smells like my old dance studio, the building. And it had a very distinct smell. I can't tell you what it is, but it was a very distinct smell. And I'll walk into the last time it happened, I walked into a Tuesday morning. Weird. But I was immediately, it may be some eucalyptus, but I was immediately transported back to being
studio.
10 years old, doing ballet in the summer with the doors open and feeling the breeze. And like every once in a while, the leaves would like come breezing into the dance studio and Miss Lynn would sweep them out. But just that. And Oscar de la Renta is what my mama and my aunts and my mother wore. And if I smell that, I'm like, wow.
I was also thinking of perfume. My mom, on special nights when they'd go to the opera or go to Broadway to see a show, would put on the Chanel No. 5.
Oh, yeah.
And this is back in, when it was still a novelty. It hadn't,
Right.
You didn't see ads for it.
Right.
And my dad would wear some kind of lime, bay rum, lime.
Yes.
The brand of it,
they
something
sell that
like
at Mass General Store.
Oh, really? With that little crown-shaped.
They absolutely do.
And I generally don't wear a cologne. There's some guys, I worked with guys who would wear tons and tons of Drakkar Noir. And I liked the smell of it until I worked with these other guys who wore too much of it. But generally speaking, for me, it's the opposite. When I go, there's certain places in the world, especially like the vacation area where, the Hamptons, where I would go as a child. When I go there and go to, the smell of it makes it feel like I'm really there.
Yeah.
And it's not, I don't smell it anywhere else because, it's the ocean, it's the bay, it's this different...
Right.
It's the woods, it's all these things. So it's this neat combination of the cedar trees and the low tide and the... when I get there, it hits me. And maybe when you drive to the beach sometimes...
I would love that.
There gets to the point when you drive to a beach, when you know you're close enough that you can roll down the windows.
Yep, because the air changes. That was when I went to Florida this last time. We went across, like, as we're getting ready to go across the intercoastal, I'm like, can we roll down the windows? Because it's just that, it hits you and you're like, yeah.
Yeah, that's so, for me, it's almost the opposite. It's not smells that remind me of places. It's places that I associate with
smell.
Great smells.
Yeah. Oh, that's a great question.
Yeah. Well, thank you for sending that in. We appreciate it.
Yeah, please send us more for Taco Tuesday.
All right. Well, tomorrow's your birthday, so I guess we've got to, do we have to redecorate or?
Nah.
We have to get some balloons?
No.
Do we have anything?
It's fine.
Anything?
I don't
Don't need anything?
I'll go get it myself.
Do you have a special shirt or anything?
Yeah, actually I do.
A birthday shirt?
I do. I got a birthday shirt.
All right, well, we'll see that tomorrow.
Aren't you excited?
I was kidding. I asked another stupid open-ended question.
I do.
Well, thank you for also helping us out with audible.com. You go to audibletrial.com/Krisha and Frank. I was trying to say AudiblePod, audible.com, and Audible Trial all at the same time.
That doesn't work. It just sounds like
Well, AudiblePod is their service with, you can use that to listen to us.
Yeah.
I was reading on the podcasting trade magazines
Oh, yes.
that Audible has some new scripted comedies.
I listen to a lot of fiction podcasts, and they're phenomenal.
So that's kind of interesting that they've signed a deal to produce 2 new scripted podcasts. Scripted comedies, almost like a situation comedy.
I'm just hinting, but there may be a lot of work in that for some people.
Oh. So anyway, go to audibletrial.com/Krisha and Frank so that you can listen to all of this magical stuff.
Yes.
And it also helps us out with affiliate marketing, so thank you.
Yeah. So we'll see you tomorrow.
All right, bye merch.
Bye.
Krisha
and Frank. Bye merch.
B-U-Y merch.
Bye. Bye merch. Bye merch. See you tomorrow.
We'll refill you.